G'day everyone, we're back. We're back. What seems like an eternity for you guys seems like mere seconds for us.
Yes.
Tonight we are doing the black cards in our faction set created by Swanee, you legend. Dan, thanks for joining me again.
Thanks, Shane. Yeah.
Let's get into some black cards, everyone.
All right.
If you're not up with it, go back and watch White and Blue. This is our part 3 in the series. So we're slowly making our way through all the cards in the faction set.
Awesome. All right, I'll start us off with absolutely cooked. it's black. One black. It's a sorcery. Target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from it. That player discards that card. Artifact or creature seems
bad.
Yeah, it is just bad. Yeah, because there's a new black one like this. It's called oil something, or Dream of Oils, and it's in the vintage cube at the moment. But it's an artifact or creature, but you exile it and exile one card from their bin too, which is obviously way better for one black. But this is just I think there's another card that is this as well that is just shockingly bad.
Yeah, it might just be creatures.
I tried to put it in a Highlander deck. Probably maybe it wasn't the best Highlander deck or whatever, but it always seemed bad.
Yes, even limited.
Yeah, I was just desperately trying to find
ways to... The worst thing is that drawing it late game is just horrendous.
Oh.
Horrendous, so yeah.
I mean, that's the... This is the card looking back at you when you draw it on turn 10.
Cool. So I think that was Trent. I think I focused on Trent after his Bucks.
Okay, we'll jump down into our flavour chat.
Yeah, Trent waking up afterwards. Oh my god.
He doesn't. That hardly looks awake.
Yeah. So
this is a
pretty bad card. Yeah.
I mean, you may play it. This would be right in your sideboard if you knew they had some bomb you couldn't deal with. That's a creature.
Well, then you got to hope that they've drawn it when you
cast it. No, but if you're just like, if you cast that card on turn 6, I literally cannot win the game.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't somewhere you should be, but maybe this is some like super sketchy way
to
do not take that card.
Yeah. Add Ruslan. So this is Dan Ruslan. What's his surname? Dan Ruslan.
Well, I guess it's Ruslan. If it's like nauseum, then it'd be Ruslium.
Yeah. Dan Ruslan.
Add Ruslan.
Okay, cool. It's 200 black, instant. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. You lose life equal to the total mana value of cards you put into hand this way. Cool.
So our blue-black reanimator mill deck looking alright.
Yep. Because you want to keep the 2 lands and put the reanimate targets in the bin. You don't pay any life. You don't really want to keep an 8-drop.
No.
When you cast this, that hurts.
No, exactly.
Cool, interesting card. Yep. I think it's okay. Again, control blue-black, I think. When we animate, I think it's got some build around sort of, C plus-ish. But
good card advantage.
In your average black deck, it might be pretty bad. You might be able to do better. Like a D+, maybe C-. Maybe an aggro black deck to sort of refuel, because you're on the attack, your life doesn't mean much to you.
Yeah. And
you're probably going to take a couple of 2/2s anyway, so...
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, interesting card. Very cool.
Paying homage to Dan Rustling, enjoying ad nauseum decks in Modern. Right, next up we've got Alluring Nightmare. It's 2 and a black. Step 1, sacrifice any number of creatures you control.
Ouch.
Step 2, for each creature sacrificed with Alluring Nightmare, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. They are zombies in addition to their other types. I mean, that could just be insane. And 3 is tap all zombies you control.
What? Why does it do that?
Why would you? No, that just ruined. Don't do that. So then on the turn that you could play the good creature, it gets tapped. Okay.
I mean, it's reanimate.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're looking for ways, because we are going to be looking for ways to reanimate, within these black cards that we're doing here, because there are cards in blue that are putting things in your bin.
Weird.
For each creature. Weird. I mean, if you got some way to get a few bombs, it just seems so hard to do.
Yeah.
I just see you just sitting there with this thing going in your hand, and if I cast this, I'll literally lose on the spot.
This is purely a reanimate card.
Yeah.
You need to have
Except
reanimation
you've got to
targets.
have creatures to sack. So you've got to have creatures in the bin,
Yeah.
creatures on the board, the ability to sack all of those creatures,
Yeah,
and then
it's got-
2 turns until you can attack.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're just getting pumped by someone while you're waiting all those turns and taking a turn off to cast this. You got to do it late. I don't know. Yeah.
Or cards with ETBs.
Yeah. That's
It's got some other applications there, but yeah, there's a lot of hoops.
yeah.
I have no idea how to evaluate this. I mean, it's like if C plus is in a reanimate deck and like an F and everything else, maybe a D if you got some ETB sort of weird synergies going on. Weird card, hard to evaluate.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume Reanimator's not going to have a huge amount of Reanimate cards, so this might be one of them. And
That's right. That's going to be the thing, right? Yeah. But the fact that it's rare as well means like,
yeah,
oh man, nah.
Yeah.
Oof. I love Reanimate.
and then you got to play against someone. They're going to do some real freaky shit, and
yeah,
you're like, oh
exactly.
shit, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
You sacrificed a bunch of tokens, and all of a sudden you've got a bunch of 5/5s.
Yeah. There's
So,
nothing there's no.
That's what you're trying to do, right? Sacrifice a bunch of tokens and bring back a bunch of actual real creatures.
Yep. So sacrifice all your washed creatures.
Then they'll get tapped, but that's okay. I'm going to take an extra turn before you kill them.
Yeah. Having played enough Reanimator in my life, just getting a creature in the bin is enough of a problem, let alone all those other hoops. And the fact that you can't play the good creatures for 2 more turns is... Ooh, I'll be, again, interested to see someone make that work.
Yeah.
And the saga is of a sex nightmare that Mike had. No idea what that.
Okay, let's move on.
I love this. Yeah, go on.
Moving on. Next card. This is me, Bacon Thief. Yeah, Bacon Thief. 1 in a black human rogue common. When Bacon Thief enters the battlefield, take player discards a card. If you discarded a card this way, you get a food token. So that's if you want to use it as a reanimated card for yourself to get something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But your honour, the bacon was in a coffee grinder box. So at one of the invitationals, there was a heap of bacon left over after the weekend, and all of a sudden, someone noticed Alex's boot was full of bacon. He just pocketed it all. That's the story, guys. I think he actually asked someone if he could take it, but no one actually knows who was asked or what. All of a sudden, Alex just had a heap of bacon, and he's been called the Bacon Thief ever since.
Yeah, he's copped it pretty hard for that.
Yeah. So Rav Rats, good card. I like this. Good with Alluring Nightmare. You play this. You put your thing in the bin, then you sack it to your Alluring Nightmare. And
I mean, it is interesting that the card right after Alluring Nightmare
they work together.
I mean, that is exactly what you want to be doing.
But this Rav Rats is a cool card anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
If you just use things like Rav Rats, not necessarily using it to target yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, cool. I like it. Like a lot.
All right. Next up, we've got banned from Games Lab. It's 2 black for a sorcery. Exile target creature. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that creature and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. All right, so that whole bottom part, that was that Kaladesh card, wasn't it?
No, there's heaps of cards.
Oh, there's just heaps. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was in like Mercadian Masks or something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
everyone was like, "Whoa, this card's insane."
Yeah, exactly. Well, because it's supposed to be, it's the Tron killer. No one can ever play Tron because you blow up their Tron land and then that's like surgical.
I think it was the Lin Civi killer in the day. It was like, take out their Lin Civi and all the Lin Civis in their deck. And
is their deck just unplayable then?
And then, well, no, it wasn't. That was the thing. Like they realised very quickly that they still had a bunch of creatures and just killed anyway. You're down card.
Exactly.
And it doesn't kill the ones in play either.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, it's not like, obviously you're not first picking this.
It's cranial extraction.
Yeah, exactly. No, is it not surgical extraction?
No. Well, that's the one that's a Phyrexian.
Oh, and it's something in their bin. Yeah,
cranial extraction.
You blow up their land,
then
when it goes to
the
the
original.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, of course,
Yeah, I mean, sure, when we start playing Constructed, maybe as a side.
But aren't these just great or they're usually instant, the 4 black, like 2 black, exile a creature?
This does kill the one in play.
Yeah, exile target creature. The first part's the whole card.
Yes.
The second part's...
No, great.
Yeah, exactly. So it happens
I
to be
was thinking of a cranial extraction, which doesn't deal with the one in play. It just deals with the
Yeah.
ones in their hands or whatever.
So this would be like if someone had multiple of like the
fantastic.
Nathan Drew Malin, which seems like a very good card in multiples. This would just wreck them really hard and be great.
Yeah, no. Well, no, but
Well, you want to be doing it to a big
generally
person,
you want to target their bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Two
Just
black,
straight up
black,
exile.
exile type creature, insane. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We completely went off on the
Oh
right
yeah.
tangent.
And so we've got Gary apparently got banned from Games Legend.
Yeah, you got to have a big argument with them because he wanted to buy some cards and they weren't being very helpful, so he started like giving them a hard time and they banned him.
Yeah, I've got to say that would not be the first. I've had experiences in stores where it's like,
yeah,
do
you want to sell me some cards? That was Gary.
Yeah.
Gary's like, they asked him like, did you email?
Yeah, that's what I've had that. It wasn't a game
like,
but I've had that.
Email you. I was just walking in and want to know if you can sell me these cards. And I was like, nah, you need to email us.
You know, the store's empty, dude. There's no one here. It's the middle.
So Gary went away and sent them a really passive aggressive email. There's like, I sent you an email and they just banned him or something.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. We've got it's
Black Knight. This is black for a 2/2 to pro white. This fabulous card. We've seen White Knight already.
Yes.
So this is its mirror. So this is Kyle playing chess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I didn't get that it's him playing chess the first time I looked at this card. Of course.
Yeah. The horse's head is a chess piece, right?
Yes. Yeah. Real cool. All right, Briefly Departed. It's 5 and a black for a creature, Spirit. It's a 5/4. Whenever a legendary creature or non-token artifact enters the battlefield under your control, return Briefly Departed from your graveyard to your hand.
Cool.
For a 5/4 seems great, yeah.
Cool. I mean, yeah.
If you're getting
6 mana though.
And it's got to be,
And then after you've played it and it's died, then you have to have a legendary creature.
Yeah. The non-token on the artifact is so much worse than just any artifact, because if you're making food and whatever else,
it all depends on how fast the format is.
Yep.
And like this is a control-y, very slow black card.
Yeah, flavour-wise, this is just insane. Though. Want to sell modern Yawgmoth deck?
This is Jono. Buying a deck, quitting Magic, selling it, and then a few days later buying a new deck.
Yeah.
So he's briefly departed. Be interested to try this one out and see how good it is.
Yep.
Build around control deck, blue-black control deck sort of stuff. We're looking at here. If you
similar casting costs and stats to Tasiga.
Yeah. If you mill this, cool.
Yeah.
There's value there to be had.
100%.
So again, in a self-mill sort of blue-black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reanimate target.
Exactly. Alright, there you go.
The Chrome Dome Cavaliers. This is 3 and a black for a zombie knight. It's got menace, and when it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. So there we go. Just a bit off the top. Look at the boys.
Can we errata this card to be that you mill an amount of cards to the amount of Chrome Domes currently in the faction, so that it just gets better until it's the best card?
Mill 10.
Yeah, in 10 years' time, it's going to be milled.
You lose half your deck to it. Again, mill theme. Good with the delve. Good. I mean, it's a 3/3 menace for 4.
After tonight, I'm like, is there anything other than mill and reanimate?
This doesn't mill them. This is you only.
Yes. Yeah. So exactly.
You can't go into that deck. But yeah. This is all the graveyard synergies. If you want to hit the Briefly Departed and put it into your yard.
A 3/3 with menace is also no joke.
That's okay. Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's about what you expect for 4 mana. It's in modern terms, it's a bad 4 mana card. In old school, it's much better. Yeah.
So, I would imagine there's going to be heaps of times where you're like, I've got a 2/2 and a 2/2. You got to throw them both in front to try and get it, and then they just quadruply blow you out by killing one of the creatures, and then you're just so stuffed.
The modern one I can think of was the one that made a blood token. So it was the same casting cost menace 3/3, made a blood token, and every time you attacked with it, you could sacrifice a blood to get +2/+2. That's right. Yeah. So that had more gravy than just milling 3 cards. Yeah.
Just a bit off the top, and we've got here premium faction meme of Nathan mixed with 2 real Chrome Domes. Okay.
I have an errata for this next card.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Okay.
So
let's
skip to the next one.
Okay, alright, here we go. I'll give you guys Crop Duster. It's 3 black for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, tap an untapped creature you control. Each other creature gets neg X, where X is the tapped creature's power.
I love the artwork.
Yeah. Who's the woman? Is that?
It's just some random
Okay,
crop dusted by
Leonard.
Crop duster. What's the scroll down a bit and the when did this actually occur? Lennon, I was walking through the city after an event, so it was raining and his crop duster came out. After it, he leans over and at least a toxic fart, and then to find this old woman standing behind him. Yeah, nice. I think
this night in Sydney seems.
I don't. Hard to evaluate. Additional tap on that creature you control.
It's like a plague wind if you've got one good creature.
Yeah, you want like a 4/6 or something. 4 or 5. If you've got a 4 or 5, it seems pretty great.
Now, you've told me before that
Wraths are great.
Wraths are great in limited. Yeah. Is this a Wrath, or is that first part just make it?
You need you got to somehow try and. I think this is good. If you can make this work, it takes some work, but I think you can generally get this to be a 2-for-1 in your favor or something weird. Yeah, interesting card. I'm gonna say it's a B. I think it's good.
Okay,
but
B. All right.
It's definitely not a Wrath, but it takes some work. But I think if you can get some advantage out of this, I think most of the time you can. It's a lot worse when they know it's coming.
It would be so sick at instant speed, right? Like you block, tap your block, kill all this stuff.
No, that's not allowed. I'm going to say a B, but it's incredibly hard card to evaluate. I think you can make it work.
Okay. I mean, ceiling is so insanely high, right?
Again, blue-black control looks good with this.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need something. If you can come out another 4/2 or something.
And the problem is yours something kind of. Well, it doesn't have to be bigger necessarily because its butt doesn't have to be bigger, but it's like you've kind of got to have the winning creature in play anyway. Yeah. So it's a little bit win. That's what
I'm saying. Yeah. So it's not a straight A or anything.
Yeah.
And like a Wrath, you don't have to have any creatures.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a Wrath is obviously like a reset button, whereas this is kind of reset.
Cool. I'll go up one.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. So here we go. You take.
All right. So Swanee sent me the errata. Activate only once. So you want to read it?
Okay. So we've got Craden Brainial Plater. It's X black. It's a legendary creature, human artificer. It's got affinity for artifacts.
Cool.
Awesome. When Craden Brainial Plater enters the battlefield, target player mills X cards.
More mill.
Yeah. Oof. And target player as well. And we've got black. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 for each artifact
in graveyards.
All graveyards until end of turn.
Okay, so
and the errata is
you can only do it once a
turn.
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
So you can't just one-shot people, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that everyone's going to have much black going around, but...
Yeah.
You can do that instant speed. Cool. So that's a player. It's Braden being an affinity lover, and it's a playoff of cranial plating. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it cranial plating that's the one that's like you sack all the tokens on it or whatever and then put them all on another creature?
No, that's Arcbeam Ravager.
Okay.
Cranial plating is an equipment.
Okay.
It's gives +X/+0 for how many artifacts you've got. And you can play black to make the jump around to other creatures.
I have a personal story in this that this is why it makes me think of this, and it was against Braden playing. He was playing Affinity at the time, and he sacked everything to when I just started playing Modern. He sacked everything to his Arcbound Ravager, or however it was, and then killed me with that creature. And I said to him immediately, as soon as he went for the attack, I said, I knew I should have used the Dismember before you got a chance to do it. And he was like, dude, you realise once I've sacked everything all at once, you could have just dismembered it then. And I was like, oh, okay. So I meaninglessly lost that game, unfortunately, to the Brainial Plater.
Yeah.
I love it. Is the card good?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
You need artifacts.
Target player mix. Yeah.
You need artifacts. So if you can build an artifact in mill deck, I mean, you can also use it as a mill card, I guess. No idea.
Yeah, so it remains to be seen until they have good artifacts and how many are going around and not getting taken. So we obviously did Crop Duster, and there you go.
Delusional Raconteur. This is Nath. Obviously trying to sell more of his crap to someone. 300 black for a troll noble. It's a 3/3, so we've got another 4-mana 3/3, another heal giant. But the ability is 1 black, second artifact or creature, draw a card. Cool. Food tokens, draw cards. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, build around for killing your tokens and stuff to draw some cards and do some stuff.
Neat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to rate it. So probably okay, probably a C to a C plus. Yeah, a C minus if you don't want to sack any of your stuff. It's a hill giant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's good in that it's relatively straightforward. There's no big, you don't have to jump through big hoops. It's just if you got them, you can draw cards off them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open this door, man, because I'm like...
Yeah, you go for it.
Emerge hungover. We've got Fabian here. It's 3 and a black for a sorcery. It's got kicker, sacrifice of food. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Here we go. If this spell is kicked, untap that creature. I mean, it's a 4-mana.
It's Zombify.
Is that what that is? Yeah, awesome. That's
Zombify doesn't have the kicker, but it's the text. It's return target creature.
But that's like a pretty.
Zombify doesn't have the tapped clause.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So with. Okay. Yeah.
So
this is worse than
Zombify. Yeah, but this deck does have a reanimate theme.
Yeah, I mean, this is just obviously so much cleaner of a reanimation spell than that alluring whatever it was.
Just does it.
It's like...
This just does it. If you've got a food to make it kind of play untapped, I mean, it's not the end of the world if it comes into play tapped.
No, I don't think...
Unless you're on the brink of death, which you sometimes can be playing Reanimator.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, the problem with the other one is that it's 2 turns. It's not just tapped. It's like, whereas this is like... This seems...
Yeah, this is your reanimate spell.
Yep, there it is.
Uncommon.
Yeah, uncommon, reanimate, and obviously a massive build around, so it's probably like a C or whatever.
Here we go. Epic night out.
So good.
5 and a black for a Death Touch 4/6. Death Touch means very little on a 4-powered creature.
Yeah.
But still, it's got it. This is your, you want this deck, what's the card, to fart on your opponents because it's got a bigger butt than it does power.
Dude. I mean,
and it's going to give -4 to everything.
Yeah.
It's Human Knight. This is in reference to a big night out.
I mean, I don't even think, but this isn't the card you actually want, right? Because the other one, like, it can literally be a 4/1, and that's still better with that Plague Wind card, with the fart card, right? Because it doesn't take the damage. All other creatures take the damage equal to its power.
Oh, okay, that's better than I thought then. I gave it a B as it was.
Yeah, so it's like a Plague Wind, but you've got to have a creature to make it work.
Well, Plague Wind is...
Plague Wind is all
just
their creatures die. Yeah, but that's the same as... Oh, but this is each other creature also.
Yeah.
You can control.
So, this is more of a... There's a similar creature to that.
Yeah, I mean, Epic Night Out is like, it doesn't die to that card.
Yes, okay, so that makes more sense. So that card's even better than I thought. So a 4/2 would be fantastic with the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need Epic Night Out. I don't think this card's particularly great.
This just seems like decent filler, right?
Yeah.
Like, in a format where a 4/6 is probably the best thing on the battlefield, that's kind of decent.
Very rarely the Death Touch is going to be relevant, but it can... I mean,
it's crazy.
There might be a crack in the 6/7 out there or something to trade with.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the reference here is just so funny.
Yeah.
406.
Balia, wasn't it? Balia's posted a
Balia,
picture of him saying Epic Night Out on Facebook.
And it's you want to train.
You want to train at 406. And this is a night. So,
man. Yeah, that's just flavour to the max. We've got Eve, Watchful Neighbour. It's 4 and a black for a legendary creature, Harpy. Flying Menace. When Eve, Watchful Neighbour, enters the battlefield, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand.
To your hand.
So definitely don't be playing this in Reanimator.
It's like an awesome Gravedigger.
It's the evasion's crazy, both flying and menace.
Yeah, because flyers really need menace as well. Yeah. But obviously she's a menace, Eve.
Yes.
Was that actually
this was next door to it must be Leo's neighbour.
Leo's crazy neighbour. I don't think I ever got yelled at by her, but yeah.
Yeah, what do we got as the... oh, yeah, so Leonard's crazy neighbour. He used to have it when he had guests over and would peer out from upstairs window whenever we were there. Literal
Yeah,
harpy.
card's great though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, unless you can use a spell to kill it, like that thing is just doing 2 damage every time.
well, the fact that it replaces itself with your best dead creature. So, yeah, no, I mean, Gravedigger was great. This is extra mana, but your flying is worth the extra mana, I think.
You're not having a party, are you?
Is this you?
I think this is you now.
Faction Maverick, 1 in a black for Shapeshifter Pilot. Excuse me. Faction Maverick cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. So, as like, okay. If you've got a... we'll have to see what we get to.
It's either a grizzly bear or there's some awesome vehicles.
Yeah,
for
the crew 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, crazy. So I assume it's going to come on or something.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if there's more than 1 vehicle with crew 4. Crew 4 for vehicles. I mean, that's
we'll have to see.
Right up there with some of the bigger ones around.
Cool. Yeah.
Fict or faction. It's a picture of me. It's 3 in a black. Instant. Okay, so target opponent reveals their hand. Separate those cards into 2 piles. That opponent discards a pile of their choice. So it's like a bad fact or fiction, right?
Yeah,
because instead of you choosing, they get to choose. No, sorry, not fact or fiction, because you're just revealing your hand.
Yeah, it's a discard card. It's more like a mind twist sort of thing.
Target opponent reveals their... it's like
Liliana's Ultimate. They've only got like 3 cards left in hand. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, you just dump 1 card.
4 mana, they discard, their best card, I guess.
Yeah, instant speed's like... No, it still doesn't... I don't think it gets it across the line or anything, does it?
Yeah, I don't think it's very good.
Yeah, and for a rare as well.
Yeah.
I'm
not hugely for this.
Yeah.
But again, if someone's playing some crazy control deck and just sandbagging cards, maybe it's okay against them.
Apparently it says here, I didn't realize this. Apparently this is a picture of me at Nathan's wedding.
Really?
What a fucking spell I was casting on Nathan, yeah. Nice.
Wait, who's that?
No, that's Noah.
That's Noah.
Looks like Star Wars. Yeah, it's got the faction logo going in, so maybe it is something. Alright.
Gambling Agent. 2 black for Human Mercenary. It's a rare. Flip X coins. For each flip you win, add black. For each flip you lose, it deals 2 damage to you. Activate only once each turn. 3/3. Yeah, no thanks. I don't know. What are you going to do with a bunch of mana?
Yeah. I mean, play a big thing, I guess.
Maybe.
So...
If you play a huge...
You've already kind of played a big thing here.
You play a big Braden.
Yeah, exactly. You can't machine gun them anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to find a combo for this.
Yeah.
But this isn't something you slam down first pick or anything. It's just going to be maybe a hill giant most of the time. This is Rob playing poker. If we give him our money, he can't possibly lose.
We can't possibly lose.
If we all give him our money, we can't possibly lose. Yeah.
Everyone giving their money to Rob to gamble on their behalf after he won big at the casino. He proceeded to lose everyone's money. Nice. Oh, man. That is funny. Got the buy. It's 1 black. Oh, sorry, it's a black. Enchantment, Aura. Enchant creature. When got the buy enters the battlefield, create a food token. That's great. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0. When enchanted creature dies, you may sacrifice a food. If you do, return the creature card to its owner's hand. Hang on. So you give your own creature +1/+0, and then when it dies, you return it.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to
sacrifice the food, and you can get the creature back. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the card disadvantage not great for giving... Oh, you get a food token. So it's like 1 black, either gain 3... No, it's not really gaining a life without paying for it. Yeah.
I mean, these cards exist. They're never really that good.
Yeah. Time of pause. Mike Swan, 020, buy. The alternate flavour explanation here is just faction is wash.
Yeah, O2 buy. O2 drop.
Yeah, that's O2 fears.
Okay, so we've got the GP entry negotiator. This is Gary. He showed
Groucho Marx.
He showed up late to a GP. Hadn't pre-registered anything, and he somehow managed to talk his way into the thing by saying he was Japanese and he'd only just arrived from Japan or something. He talks about
wow, that is. I mean, that's how you do it, right?
And then he didn't have the right money as well, or something.
With Japanese
Yeah,
money.
here we go. You got a discount because he didn't even have the full entry fee. So he got, not only did he get into the GP, he didn't pay the actual entry amount. He paid less, and it was there. It was about 10 minutes after the GP had started. I think it was sealed as well.
Man,
it was weird. So
that is weird. What year was that? Was that ages ago?
Oh, like 2018 or something.
Yeah,
Not super long, but it's not long enough. It's for 5-6 years now.
So it's 5 mana for a 3/2 flyer. If you can only control 4 lands, I guess you can cast this spell for 1 less. That's so cool.
Each player loses.
Yeah.
So they lose 2 life. Yeah, cool. If you only control 4 lands.
So you can curve this out on turn 4, is what that's saying, even though it costs 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like can be a 4 mana 3/2 flyer.
Yep.
Which ETBs and you also lose 2 life.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, cool.
Back in Japan, GP started 11.
This reminds me of the white one, the 4 mana 3/2 white flying creature, the Kyle one. Yeah. Yep. I think it's okay. 3/2s for 4, okay. The fact that sometimes it's going to cost 5 is not really a big deal because you already have that much mana.
That's right, yeah.
So yeah, no, it's okay.
Yep.
Filler. Decent.
Yeah, anything with flying and some kind of toughness or power is going to be something.
Yep.
You've got Home Gym Lifter. It's 3 and a black for a creature, human beast. 2 and a black, tap it. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. So presumably you put the 1/1 counter on that one that dies when it gets bigger. That you have to sacrifice the blue creature.
Yeah, you can put it on their creatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've broken the format.
Yeah. These things are very slow, but this is for the blue-black mill control deck, I guess, as a finisher.
Sure. That artwork is something.
Yeah. That's Alex's home gym.
Does he have a home gym, does he?
Yeah, in his shed, he's got a few weights and a little setup there. So.
Very nice.
So yeah, this a slow. These cards look cool, but they are very slow.
Very much picking up on a theme of 4 mana being a 3/3 ground creature is the going kind of rate.
There's a lot of guild in black.
Yeah, with some kind of effect attached to it that may or may not work always.
Yeah.
It's got to be a creature card. Yeah, that makes it a little bit tougher. Yep.
But then one trigger this and you make something huge.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it just makes itself huge.
It turns itself into a 5/5.
Yeah. Yep.
But again, it's very slow. Invitational Hog Rider. 3 and a black for a human rebel. It's not a 3/3. It's a 4/2. Whenever a non-token artifact or legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 2 life. Hide your daughters. The Invitational Hog Rider. I mean, that looks like a good Chico Roll poster.
It certainly does.
In the fish and chip shop. There's a reference for the very old people in the faction, which most of us are these days.
Yeah.
It's a good crop duster. You don't want to be crop dusted by the International Hog Rider.
No. Invitational Hog Rider.
Invitational.
I like that the people who come to invitationals are named invitational.
Yeah. This card's okay.
So you cast this, and it's the 4/2 that you need for the next turn to cast the
crop duster.
The crop duster.
Yeah. I mean, it's great with that, but yeah, I mean, it's a 4/2. It trades with a 2/2.
Yeah.
And then occasionally you'll trigger
and lose the 2/2s as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't love this at all.
No. Do love the artwork. That's a reference to Fabian buying. I don't even have to read this, but Fabian gets a Harley Davidson.
Yeah. Sounds like a real Fabian purchase, that one.
I don't know where it went.
You didn't have it for long?
Oh, not long at all.
Again, that sounds very Fabian.
I feel like it wasn't even a year.
Oh, yes, the Jono presents.
All right, Jono presents Demon. Let's see if this is as good as the others. It's 4 black creature, Demon. It's a 6/6 for 6. So trample. When Jono presents demon enters the battlefield, create a 1/1. So do they all create the 1/1 human creature?
They all
token?
create Jono. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Or is it a reference to him having a kid? I don't know.
No. I think it's they all create Jono.
Okay. Sacrifice a human. Destroy target creature. Whoa, man!
Yeah,
These presents cards are just bonkers.
This might be the best one I've seen.
Yeah,
it's literally 6 mana, 6/6 trample, destroy target creature.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do it immediately.
And you can't, that's not even tapped to do that. I mean, if you got a way to get, yeah, I mean, this is just.
And if you've got more humans, if you've got like 4 human tokens, you just go.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you build up to this with wash tokens and shit, and you're just blocking or whatever.
The best one. This is an A+.
This has got to be one of the best. I'd be amazed if I see the best card in the set. Yeah, better than this. This is wild. Yeah, I mean, there's your. There's your reanimation target as well. If you so choose it to be like it doesn't need to be, and it probably is best not to be.
Play this in any deck, but yes. But if you reanimate this,
if you even reanimate, it's like they're all ETBs and things you can do straight away. Which is the other key to reanimation is you don't want to be reanimating and then having your creatures just get doom behaved.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, nothing more needs to be said about that. That's wild.
Late Night Poker, 2 and a black, enchantment. When Late Night Poker enters the battlefield, exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled with Late Night Poker. Your maximum hand size is 2. Because they're your 2 cards in poker.
Yeah.
Hold them. Give her already, has all my money. Reference to poker. Invy's always having poker, starting at about midnight, going till...
Yeah, and just for a heads up, those are all $5 chips. Like, these are no joke, these games. Like, Fabian had like over $1,000 in front of him
there. Cool. I don't know if the card's good or not. It seems like a great card in an aggro deck.
For real.
Dump your hand, play this. You get 3 more cards to play with. I think it's an aggro.
Yeah, so it's like a draw 3 for 3. Is that a way of looking at it? Yeah, but the maximum hand sizing usually is not going to matter if you're.
So if you can get together like a red black aggro deck or something, this card seems like it would go alright in that.
Yeah, I mean the fact that it's not like exile them and play them till the end of the next turn or something.
No, it's just for the
straight up. Yeah, just sit there and play whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it in that specific style of deck. So.
Exactly, because you're going to be exiling the kind of things that it's not like you're trying to hide anything from your opponent anyway. You just want to kill them. All right, more beers than mouths. This is a new photo, and this is great.
This is Nate's wedding, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's fantastic. It's 1 black, or just a black. Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0. If it's legendary, it gains menace. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, create a food token.
Yeah, cool.
Sweet, yeah.
Chuck it on a flyer.
Yeah.
That's where it wants to go. Or a legendary, I guess. If you get a couple of food tokens off it, cool. It'll generally trade with something.
Yep.
You lose 2 cards, you lose the creature you put it on and itself when it actually does go down. So you want to get a few food tokens off it, but and if you can get it some damage as well. Okay, interesting. I don't know how good it is. I'm just thinking in an aggro deck. And something that can use the tokens somehow. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of these cards that we're going to read, and unless you really have played the set or had a good look at the entire thing.
Yeah. If you're going to be a aggro deck, try it out.
Yeah. Nathan Drew Fralin. It's 2 and a black for a creature skeleton. It's a 2/1. When Nathan Drew Fralin enters the battlefield, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Pay 1 black. Nathan Drew Fralin gains Death Touch until end of turn. So that's where you want Death Touch on a creature like this, right?
Yeah, yes. So this is one of the weaker ETBs of the Nathan Drew cycle, just -1/-1. But it's also one of the best, I'd say, abilities. Is in the Death Touch on your 2/1.
Yeah.
So if you can kill something with this on the entrance and then trade with something bigger than it with the Death Touch, it's done some work. I mean, all the Nathan Drew cycle are pretty good. So again, this is a nice, strong, one of the more stronger commons in black. I like it.
Awesome.
Probably like a B plus, not a B plus, probably a C plus to a B minus. Onion Bandit. 2 and a black for a zombie rogue. When Onion Bandit enters the battlefield, create a food token. Sacrifice a food. Onion Bandit gains indestructible end of turn. A 2/1. Yeah, okay, cool. This is in reference to the Onion Bandits, which are the rival gang to take on the faction at Preston NLG back in the day.
Mm.
In terms of how good the card is,
I don't think that's good.
no, I don't think it's great.
Yeah. The comparable effects, if we're talking aggressive cards, are things like Hello Blade and these white ones that like discard a card and it gets or lose 4 life and it gets indestructible. But they're usually 3 ones. I mean, they are newer.
And they generally cost 2 mana.
Card, yeah, and they cost.
Those things are quite strong.
Yeah, those cards are awesome. But it's like literally those effects of making it indestructible. It's so much better if it's a 3/1.
I think this would have been okay as a 2 mana, 2/1.
Yeah, exactly.
3 mana is a bit much. Yeah, not great.
It's the Onion Bandit.
But making a token, you could have, if you wanted a food token, this makes it.
We've got Opportune Investor. It's 1 and a black. For a creature, Human Merchant, it's a 2/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Exile that card and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When Opportune Investor leaves the battlefield, put all cards exiled with Opportune Investor into your hand. You lose life equal to the total mana value of those cards. Reveal an artifact. Exile that card. Put the rest on the bottom.
So it's just the artifact.
So you don't get the artifact. Like you can't. Like man, if you want that artifact,
and it's a 2/1. It dies.
Yeah.
You can just start attacking it if you want to die to get the artifact.
So this works if you've got like one absurd artifact in your deck because you know you're going to get it. It's like effectively a demonic tutor for the most absurd card if you've got some wildly good artifact, right?
It's also a 2/2/1 that draws you a card.
Yes. Yep. I mean, and if that card is like the best card in your deck, which that sounds...
It draws you a spell too. It doesn't just draw you a card, it draws you a spell.
Well, it's got to be an artifact card though.
Yeah, no, but I mean spell as in
sure.
You're not getting a land.
Exactly.
You're getting an actual something you can use.
Yeah, and potentially the best thing. You know, if that was your pack one, pick one was some insane artifact, this just becomes really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the card's, I mean, it's a rare for a reason. I think the card's got some, it's quite strong. Probably like, B minus.
Yep.
All depends on the artifacts you get.
This guy's getting banned from things. This is him getting banned from JB Hi-Fi when he went around buying up PS5s to resell.
I didn't know he got banned. I knew he bought 5 PS5s.
Did he buy 5?
Yeah.
How did he get 5?
Yeah,
At the time, it was crazy.
And he's like, I'm going to sell 4 and keep one for myself. And then he just ended up selling all 4 5.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Now you just buy one for half price.
He made like an extra $400 on each one or something.
Yeah, I bet he did. Wow, gee, that's a lot of legwork in that though. But,
yeah, he loves that shit.
Yeah, more power to him. Could also be used the Elliot buying Time Spiral remastered. Bought like 2 cases or something.
And then went down in price.
Has it? I don't know if it's still. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
because he bought it at the peak, and I was like, "Don't buy this. This is the absolute peak." And he's like, "No, I'm doing it anyway."
Well, and because the big draw, remember, was like old boarded cards, but then it's like, other than Thoughtseize and Ponder, every old boarded card from that set is now super cheap, and every other card is old boarded.
And it was super popular and hard to get.
Yes,
and then they did a second printing of it.
Yeah,
which completely tanked the prices.
Absolutely screwed. Yeah, I don't know if
which I think we knew was coming, the second printing. So I'm like, don't buy it, mate. There's more coming.
Yeah.
This is
depending on. I'd love to know the margin of loss or win compared to the spec on sensors. Obviously, the cost to buy 100 sensors is much lower, but I'll be interested to see which one actually had the worst stats.
Oh no, definitely the Time Spot.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Performance enhancing hangover. 2 and a black for an instant. Mill 2 cards and then return 2 creatures from a graveyard to your hand. Yeah, nice. I think it's because you lack the mental capacity to focus on more than one thing at once, so you play better. Interesting.
So it's a long-running joke that we play better when we're hungover.
Yeah. Who's that? Is that anyone?
Nah. I was like, is it Alec?
No. Yeah, he looks so familiar, but I don't know who it is. I like the card.
Yeah, okay, yep.
It mills you, and it draws you 2 creatures, essentially. Sometimes in the early game, it's going to be like, I hope I mill creature here because otherwise I'm just returning one to my hand, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a slow, grindy game, this card's good.
Cool. Punch. It's a black. It's an instant, and it says it's got kicker 1. Destroy target creature if it has mana value 2 or less. If this spell was kicked, destroy that creature if it has mana value 4 or less. That's extremely good, right?
Yeah, it's
instant
pretty good.
speed.
Not much better in Highlander and older formats.
Yep.
Because it's better lower cost creatures. Like you can't kill the bombs in this set.
No, but I see this card like, isn't this just...
It's a great card.
Or
I
am
won't
I-
say it's bad.
Yeah, but this is like a better version of Deadweight, right? Like, isn't it?
Yep.
Which is a awesomely playable card, and this is at instant speed.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
well,
Deadweight
that's
has things like it puts an enchantment
permanent
in the yard
into your bin, yeah, all
stuff
that
like
stuff.
that.
Yeah,
But yes, no, this card's good.
yeah. I mean, this puts a spell and instant
Yeah.
sorcery in your bin,
Yeah,
which is
might
we
be
know
more
is-
important in this set.
Yes, synergizing with other things.
Yeah, no, great card.
Yeah,
Take it
I would
away.
be taking a...
But just don't. It doesn't kill bombs.
No, it certainly doesn't. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be
Well,
taking every one of those that I could find, and then
Yeah.
hopefully getting
You
one
won't
of
see
those.
many. You don't call me.
No, exactly, yeah.
I would take the 2 black exile type creature over it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, of course you would. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
And that's an expensive removal spell, but I'd much
Just-
rather
and it's exiled,
ability to kill,
it's just
the
every-
ability to kill any, the ability to kill big creatures seems more important.
Absolutely.
Round 2 War Stories, 2 black sorcery.
That
Search
was
your
this
library
photo.
for 2 cards, put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Here's your Entomb type card. And there's you laughing at Alex's misfortune.
That is a really funny photo. I've never seen that before.
That's a while ago, that I think.
Yeah,
That's an old GP. Look, there's me and Pete in the background there.
Yeah. What does that say? When's that from? Oh, Prince Mint?
Sure.
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, cool card. So you draw. Okay, so you draw your best card. You search for your best card, and you put something with flashback or something.
I mean,
Reanimate target in the bin. You search for the zombify and the reanimate target. You search for both of them.
exactly. Yeah,
You
exactly.
say, I'm getting this next turn.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's very expensive. It's format.
Yeah. No, but I think, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, if you just get...
So you pay 4 mana for this, and then 4 mana
Yeah,
for the zombify
exactly,
next
yeah.
turn. So it's taking a lot of time.
But it does mean that if you've got this, like, this just completes the loop, right? Like, now you've got everything you need to make it all happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
I mean,
it's great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Reanimate deck goes into the reanimate
this
deck.
is-
I'm not sure how
this
good
is-
it is because of how slow it is, but it goes into the reanimate deck.
Yeah, I'd say if you're in the reanimate deck, like, that's just... You could never pass that because it does 2 of the 3 things that need to happen.
Or you try and win it because no one else wants it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. You know,
Unless there's got a huge bomb where they just search up their bomb.
Yeah, and put a land in the bin.
Yeah.
So don't draw more lands later.
Yeah, okay, maybe you don't let that go.
Yeah, it's also uncommon. Like, if you're thinking...
Another black deck might take that if they've got a good enough card and reason to take it. So yeah.
Yep. Alright, we got the Soul King. It's 4 black for a legendary creature, Nightmare Arsehole. It's a 4/4 with flying and lifelink. Whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, you lose 1 life. If a source you control causes you to gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. Have we seen any life gain? Oh, the...
It's got life like itself.
Yeah, and food.
Yeah.
So foods would gain you 4.
But the other ability is like, ouch.
Yeah, that's...
But it's got lifelink. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good.
Yeah, I mean, just the base for... obviously, the second line is a big drawback, but... Yeah, 6 mana for a 4/4 flying lifelink. It's beating
It's only
most
when
things in
it
the
hits
sky.
you. So you can block with it
Yeah.
and gain 4 and then...
Well, you gain 5 because you gain that much
Yeah,
plus 1. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Like
I think
that.
it's pretty strong.
Yeah, another Soul King. Real good. That's an uncommon.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
I'll be
strong.
taking that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't know, B-ish.
Yeah.
Sassy Kyle. I wanted a black spirit pirate. Where's his spirit? Is he drinking spirits?
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's drinking Kraken.
Yeah, just
So you can see a bottle of Kraken
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a pirate because he's drinking Kraken and he's
Yes.
drinking spirits. Sacrifice an artifact or creature. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. He was awakened by the Kraken. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough tokens to make this worth it.
Yeah, no.
I think this sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sassy Kyle.
Kyle is quiet and reserved until 1 GP trip when we open the bottle of Kraken.
Yeah, unless the Kraken.
It's the Kraken. Securial Spectre. This is really funny to me because this is how I feel every time I see that profile picture. Alright, it's a black and it's a creature, Phantom Avatar. It's a 1/1, 2 and a black. Return Securial Spectre from your graveyard to your hand. The years have not been kind to Joe Securia. Only 39 and a face like that. Reference to Joe Securia, who is supposed to represent Dan Weevil in Faction Chat.
Yeah, that's his Facebook profile picture for Dan.
And so did Dan?
Dan doesn't use Facebook.
Okay.
And he's very cautious with getting his
name
and profile out on the internet. So he made a Facebook and then he made that was the profile picture of some guy called Joe Securia. I think Securia is security.
Okay.
It's a secure account. I don't know. Anyway, that card is very specific for if you need to reanimate something over and over. Like if you want to discard a card every turn.
Yep.
And then get it back. Yeah, I don't know. It's very specific. If you've got a way to build around that card, it can be good, but no, not great.
Yeah.
Sports injury. 1 and a black for instant target. It's -1, 3 months later end of turn. This is Hoodie did his knee. He wasn't even playing. He was the first aid officer for his son's free game, and completely screwed his knee. That card's awesome.
It's I mean that's just Do here's the thing though, like when you're reviewing a limited set, do you call that an A because so it's awesome, but it's not an A.
Yes.
Because I get really confused. Sometimes people are like, they'll talk up the crap out of a card and they'll be like, it's amazing, it's whatever, it's a C+. And you're like, oh. But then there's other cards where it's like, it does this, I'll give it a B-. And you're like, huh? Like, why isn't that an A? That's just so good, right?
It doesn't kill A's. I kill some of them, but you'd rather have the A than the card that kills it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So unless
it's premium removal.
Yeah, so A's are only going to be generally proactive cards.
Again, it has the same issues as the one that we just saw for Punch.
Yeah, where it's like if they play Jono Presents the fucking devil or whatever it was.
Yes.
Yes. Saying you're going to need a lot of sports injuries to take that thing down.
It's a good card. It's cheap removal for little creatures. It's good in the control decks because it stops the onslaught, kills their... I mean, and also it's mana efficient. They play a 4 mana 3/3. Like one of these hill giants.
Oh man, or any of these cards that have small toughness but a massive effect if you let them untap with it.
But it's never going to win the game on its own. It's just going to help you. So that's why it's not an A.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many photos that could have been used here too, but
Yes.
This is a good one, but
Yeah.
Good God. I guess Nathan in the taco is in here somewhere. Stealth Wrestle. It's 3 and a black for a sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy target creature. So pretty... There's a lot of there is a lot of removal. Black,
I mean, again, I like this much better than sports injury. I'd say this is a B and the other one's a B- because this will kill their bomb.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorcery, unfortunately, but
in a massive pinch as well. Like if you can't take 1 hit from that bomb there, if you're playing blue-black, seemingly there are cards that can tap down their card and then you can use this on it. So, pretty sweet.
Save a mana, but yeah. No, that's very good.
Yeah.
And Nate started wrestling Leo, and Leo's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he realised he was wrestling him and completely destroyed him. So I was winning until he realised we were wrestling.
See, that's funny that's happening. That's obviously inside because I've seen them do that in many locations.
Yes.
And every time the result is the same. And it's this man who gets it.
How's it, mate? Uncle Leo, 3 and a black for legendary creature, human mercenary. Black, second artifact or creature, return target artifact from your return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah.
So there's another. I mean, boys, pay 1. It's got to be untapped. Sacrifice an artifact creature.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hoops. I just
But,
don't see that.
again, I still think you take this in your reanimation decks.
Well, for sure you do, because you're just trying literally anything to do the thing, right? Yep. That costs extra.
Yeah,
that's
like
an absolutely epic photo.
So yeah,
is he dressing up? That is the clothes he's wearing, isn't it? That's it's not his head Photoshop.
No, that's actually what it looks like.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Again, this card goes into the reanimation deck. It doesn't do much else outside of it. So.
Yes. Uncle Leo, Leonard dressed up in New Year's Eve. Makes me think of Uncle Istvan, which used to be a bit of a meme in the Jank Cube. We've got the Wag Cabal. That's great artwork. It's 3 black for a creature, human boss. Wag Cabal can't be blocked unless the defending player controls exactly 1 creature. Whenever Wag Cabal deals combat damage to a player, that player reveals their hand. Choose a creature card from it. Oh, that player exiles that card, and this is a 4/4.
Yeah, card's awesome.
That seems insanely good. I mean, if they can't answer that, it's probably not getting blocked, or it's killing the thing that's blocking, or it's getting in, and then it's just game over if it gets in.
So if you're single, if there's 1... What is that?
If they have 1 creature, they can block then, right? But that 1 creature probably dies to a 4/4.
But but in a Cabal, they'll get you.
Yeah, that's
But again, I don't know how many creatures you're gonna have left in your hand at that point of the game. You might maybe your best one.
Correct. Exactly. Probably your best one, right?
And generally at that point of the game, you're going to have more than 1 creature on the battlefield. So
and it's one of these ones where it kind of creates a bit of a loop because you're taking the cards out of their hand that could potentially...
So very, very strong. A-. Just first pick it.
100%. It's a rare as well, obviously. Can't get you if you're single, but extremely powerful if you're not.
Is this you?
No, this is you now.
Feast Famine. So it's
the last card of black.
Yeah. So it's a black mana no matter which half you're casting. What's this? It's a split card. You can either choose Feast, which is instant. Target creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. If the creature is legendary, create a food token. You got Famine. Target creature gets -2/-1 until end of turn. If that creature is legendary, its control sacrifices a token. Ooh. Awesome. Take this.
Yeah, seems real good.
Good combat trick. Either way you cast it.
Yep. And super cheap, and both are instant.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
What's this artwork? It's Scott K eating a sandwich on TV during Eurovision. And another image from the same moment that has been used in multiple faction memes.
So they must have filmed it.
That's so funny.
And saved. And then they started laughing or something. I guess when they realised they were on camera. I don't know. That's awesome.
That's a wrap up of black, everyone. There you go.
There we go.
We won't skip ahead to that red card just yet.
Yeah.
So black themes, reanimator. Removal is just sick in black. If you want to be getting rid of stuff, you're going to want to be...
Black seems very strong.
Yeah, there are a lot. I mean, black seems like it's going to be a great secondary colour to a lot of different archetypes. That kind of removal works really well in aggro where it's low costed. You know, if you're like black-white aggro, something like that, if that's turns out to be a thing, you really want that cheap removal that just gets rid of anything that might stand in your way.
Yeah, red-black aggro. And then there's also, it looks, I can see blue-black reanimator and blue-black control being a thing. So exactly. It goes both ways.
Yep. And with some kind of mill sub-theme kind of thing still going on. Most of the black stuff seems to mill yourself. I don't know. I think some of it milled your opponent, so it sounds like if you are
most of it
trying to live the mill dream,
you're
going to want to be blue-black, it looks like.
Yeah, cool. Fun.
Can't wait to play,
Yeah, so the cards have been ordered.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
So everyone is going to have to keep pumping these videos out.
Yes, we'll start releasing these ASAP.
Yeah. All right.
You'll know that because you're watching.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Sweet as.